Braces suck a lot. And today I got my braces tightened again. My mouth is it's not Sunday's best, to put it lightly. Eating hard foods is a challenge for me right now, and all that Advil in the world cannot help me. So yeah, but actually today we're not going to talk about the negatives of braces. I'm actually going to tell a story. So when I was in 4th grade, but more importantly, I was chosen, the chosen one. I guess kind of, because I was like one of like 10 other chosen ones, but like there were like 50 students in my grade, so technically I was really important. Basically, at the end of my 4th grade year, my 4th teacher was like, hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take some kids on the sickest camping trip they have ever been on in their entire life. But I was chosen for that. That was like the best day of my life when I found out. Did I peak in 4th grade? Oh god. But so, a group of students spent about a week in the summer, you know, preparing for the rigorous and long hikes we were gonna go on that summer, you know, on his kick-ass camping trip. But we get on the bus to go to this undisclosed location. I don't even know where it was. But we hop on the bus and the teacher, let's call him Barry. Barry says to us, he says, guys, if anybody gets hurt on this trip, we pack up immediately, we go home. This set the bar pretty high for everyone, but I looked at myself and I was like, you know what, you're not gonna do, Sam? You are not gonna get hurt. You are not gonna be that guy who forces everybody to go home. You're not gonna be the killjoy. You're gonna be more like the create joy. You're gonna enforce the good times. So I was not, you know, worried in any way that I was gonna ruin this trip for everybody. Of course. So we arrived at the campsite, and you know, not much really took place that day. We got there in the evening, so we spent most of the day just, you know, setting up the tents, which took freaking forever, because 4th graders are probably the least reliable people to, you know, have set up tents. You know, your fingers are small and fat still, you can't maneuver. Second day, he takes us to some kick-ass river. I just remember rocks and a cliff somewhere and rapids, and I mean, I guess that's pretty much every river ever. But this one was just awesome because it was me and my friends, and we were there, we were in the moment. We spent like the entire day doing nothing at the river. You know, that's okay, whatever. Doesn't matter that much, I guess. You know, still cool, you know, kick-ass hiking trip so far, even though it's been more of a sitting and eating trip than a, you know, hiking all day type thing. But whatever, I'm having a good time, I'm happy. So that night, you know, we eat our dinner and we hop into our sleeping bag, and I was just so ready to have a nice night of sleep. So I'm in my sleeping bag, and I'm like, damn, tonight is gonna be one sick night of sleep. And I'm about to fall asleep when I feel, you know, that kind of itchy feeling you get with some fuzzy fabrics. Kind of like an insect crawling, but you're also like, no, it's not moving, you know. But then it moves. And I'm like, oh shit, this thing is alive and it is ready to kill. So I whipped my leg out of my sleeping bag, and I had my eyes ready to examine in the darkness. And what did I find? But a decently sized spider. That was on me. That was in my sleeping bag with me. And I almost fell asleep. And you know, I did that kind of like, that dancing motion people do when they find an intruder on them. But the third day, I was ready to have a fantastic improvement, you know, over my last night. I was ready to forget the situation that happened and just be in the moment again. You know, just have a fantastic time with my friends in nature. But the third day was actually not dedicated to hiking. No, it was for whittling. So, and Sam brought his freaking heavy-ass duty pocket knife with him. You know, if you got lost in the wild and you had this with you, you would live. This was just had everything. But anyway, on this particular pocket knife, as I said, there are two types of knives. There's the serrated bumpy kind, and then there's the nice, you know, smooth, you know, apple slicing kind. And Barry makes it very apparent that, you know, don't use, when you're whittling, use the smooth side. Because though the serrated side seems like it would be better at, you know, doing the job, when it gets into it, you know, it goes a little ham on this stick that you are whittling. You know, it will cause problems, so just don't do it. So Sam is gonna carve a little death stick. It is gonna be pointed on both ends, and he could just throw it, and it will just stab, you know, a deer in the neck, and it will die immediately. Sam will be the next Bear Grylls, basically. So I'm whittling, you know, this stick, and I'm like, this is cool and all, but it's not quite as pointy as I would like it to be. It's more of a rounded ballpoint pen type shape. So how can I get this done quickly and effectively? Oh, simple. Why don't we just use the serrated edge? Yeah, I'll be fine. I won't make mistakes like those other kids. I'm not dumb. I'm not dumb. I can control a little knife. So Sam takes the flat end, flips it in, takes the serrated edge, flips it out, slyly turns his back to the teacher so that he will not know he is using the unapproved side of the knife. So I'm whittling away, and I'm just having a great time. I'm thinking, wow, this was like the best decision I've made my entire life. I'm getting so much done. This has gone from a ballpoint pen to maybe a fine tip marker. And I reach a little knot in the stick. No problem, no problem. Just keep whittling at it. This serrated edge slips and pierces the skin. My first reaction was, oh no, I am the kid who is gonna ruin the trip for everybody. I am not the fun enforcer. I am the killjoy. In fact, I will try and prevent him from finding out by any measure. So what do? I just stand up and I'm out of there. I pick up my death stick and I pick up my knife and I power walk over to my tent because I will go to any means to keep my teacher from finding out that I injured myself. I don't want to be the guy. I don't want to be him. So I will do whatever it takes to not be him. So my finger's just bleeding everywhere. I don't know how to control it. My platelets are not doing their freaking job and you know, stopping the bleeding, so I need to control this myself. And my first thought was to take my towel and to rub it vigorously on my injury. So I took my towel and I rubbed it vigorously on my wound, and I don't know why I thought that would help, but actually it took the flap of skin I had, you know, partially severed from my finger and peeled it back more. So that's a nice image for you. Well, I am in a tight spot here. Oh no. So I was like, well, I will get some advice from some friends. So I take my towel and very non-discreetly just bunch it up around my finger, and then like kind of casually just walked out of my tent, you know, just clutching this towel, and I go and find my friend, and I'm like, hey, so my finger is bleeding like a shit ton. Could you be a good friend and help me out here? And they're like, ooh, Sam, you need to tell Barry. You're not understanding. I'm looking for your help, not his help, your help. And they're like, hey, Barry, we have a slight issue here. So could you come on over here and remedy the situation? So Barry gets up from his slumping position and walks over to us, and I'm like, oh no, I'm the guy. He is going to find out I am the guy. I am the guy who will ruin it all. I slowly unwrap the giant freaking towel from my tiny finger, my 4th grade size finger, and he examines it and he's like, oh no, oh no. Okay, everybody, I need you all to go to your tents and grab your stuff. Oh no, we're going home. Sam, you fucked it up. You screwed it up for everyone. God damn it, Sam. God freaking damn it. Sam, come over here with me. And he grabs this syringe and fills it with some water, and then puts the little tip into the wound. You know, he lifts up the little flap and sticks the end of the syringe in there, and then forces the water, like, you know, plunges the water in there, and that stung so much. If I could, you know, give you an example of what it looked like, it was probably me holding out my finger as he, you know, stabs in there, and me just. So I'm screaming, and I look over at the tents, and everybody's, you know, kind of like, they're huddled. They're laying on the ground with their large pillow pets and their sleeping bags and their excessive amounts of blankets, and they're just chilling there. They're watching this entire event play out in front of them. So I may have played up the emotions just a little bit so that, you know, I would get attention. And the next day came, and he was like, alright guys, we out of this bitch. And so we packed up all our stuff and we left. And I came home and he had wrapped all this gauze around my finger, and first thing I did was held up my finger. I have battle scars, everyone. Look at my finger. This is an important day for me. Even though I got everybody sent home and became the guy I so very much did not want to be, I have wounds to blame. In reality, I was just some kid who sliced his finger and, you know, excessively bled. So, yeah, that's my story. That's that. Bye.